So whenever you are leaving the organization, you have decided to leave the organization. Your account and your access will be restricted on the day when you are leaving the organization. Let's say, for example, your account has not been disabled or your account has not been properly restricted for your access. Once you leave the organization, you may log into your account. Once you left, the organization and people can able to take the data and there will be a data privacy. Issues will come in. So managing that lever, that is also an important phase in this life cycle management. Okay, so the final phase is lever. How you are going to manage the person who is leaving the organization. Okay, how we are going to manage the identity of that user who is leaving the organization. That is nothing but an LCM. How we are going to implement that in Okta, okay, that we will cover in next topics. Any questions? Am I running any fast? Anything? Yeah. Okay. Fine. So the next thing is application and user access management. So I said right. So initially there will be some set of rules or some set of application access that you will be given to whenever you are joining any organization. So those are like leave management system, workday HR system, service node ticketing portal system. So those are the two. Those are some basic rules, okay. Basic applications that you will be getting access. Let's say you are joining a team. Okay, that team requires some set of additional access from your basic access. So how it can be managed from Okta, okay. How it can be granted from Okta. So those things that we will see. And the next thing is application integration or onboarding. Each and every person will say different terms in terms of enabling single sign-on for external applications. Someone will call application integration, someone will call application onboarding. Okay. We will, see how we can integrate or how you can onboard an application for single sign-on in Okta. Okay, I can show you a demo of any applications. I can take an example, application. I'm going to integrate a single sign-on for that particular application and I will show you a demo how that flows are working. Okay, that also I will show you. That will come under the application integration and onboarding. Okay. And the next thing is logging and monitoring. So identity and access management is right. So that is specifically more important in terms of audit. What is audit? Auditing. Like what is auditing? Let's say, for example, in your organization there are some personal information that are available. Okay, PII data. They will say it as PII data, which means personal information data. Or let's say, for example, you're working for a banking project. Okay. So banking project, which will contain some set of bank-related details, some sensitive information. Okay. So you cannot grant access to anyone for accessing those information. Okay. There will be some set of restrictions where what you need to follow to grant access to the users who is trying to access those data, like the sensitive information or confidential information. Okay, so what auditing will do is auditing will do a periodic check. Which user got access to this personal information or which users got the banking confidential information. They will do a periodic check. 6 months once or 3 months once they will do a check. How many users got access to that personal information or confidential information? When they got access. Okay. When their access got restricted. Why it is restricted? Okay. Based on what incident they got that access to the data? The auditing team will validate those information on a periodic manner for validating. For the auditing team to validate those information, we are the one who will be giving the logs to them. Okay. Logs in the sense when that user has been added to the, let's say, that application which contains the confidential data. Okay. And when that access has been restricted to him. Okay. When and all he accessed that application, that data. So all those things that we can track from our identity management system here, we can take Okta as an example. So we are going to give those details to the auditing people. Okay, auditors basically. So that will come under identity and access management control also. Okay. So to do that, we need logging. Okay. Like how we can manage the data, how we can pull those reports, how we can categorize the report. Okay, that is nothing but a logging. And monitoring is nothing but an application, monitoring whether this application is working fine. Is there any downtime for this application? Is there any issues that we are facing? So those things that we will cover, like how you can monitor, application behavior or application performance, okay. And the another topic is multi-factor authentication. So do you have any idea about multi-factor authentication inside your organization? Yeah, actually Google Authenticator and Okta Verify. Yeah, exactly. So we can say we can configure how that MFA can behave, how that Okta Verify or Google Authenticator should behave. I will say an example. Okay. If you are accessing any application which has been protected with Okta accessing from your company's provided laptop where you are connecting VPN. And if you access that application, those users will not be forced to do Okta Verify or Google Authenticator. Let's say, for example, I'm accessing that particular application, from my mobile or from my personal system, personal PC, personal laptop. What I will do? What a system will do is system will automatically enforce me to do the multi-factor authentication. Like I should approve my request in Okta Verify or Google Authenticator. So here what is happening? Right, if someone externally coming and accessing their resource, they want to verify whether that's an authorized person or not. Of course I'm logging in, but system doesn't know that, right? So system will enforce me to prove myself again. That is what multi-factor authentication will do. So we can use different scenarios, different configuration to enforce this MFA for our organization. Then we will see how we are going to enforce it, based on what requirement, to which users we need to enable this MFA, like on what periodic time or what periodic manner this MFA should be verified. Let's say, for example, each and every 1 hour, or each and every 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. So, likewise, you can create a policy for that. Okay, that we will see how we are going to see that, how we are going to configure in Okta. Okay, the another one is policy configuration. Policy configuration is nothing but a policy to restrict or to manage our users' identities. Let's say, for example, password policy, right? So password policy will require Like minimum of 30 characters. Sorry, minimum of 15 characters. There should be 2 special characters. There should be a capital letter. There should be a small combination of small and capital. The password that has been already updated should not be repeated for next 10 or 15 times. So those restrictions right. How you can do this with the help of this policy configurations. Okay, you can create a policy. You can enforce your user, saying that you should not use your password that you have used 2 times or 3 times before.